Hello everybody, this is Kobe Pope, owner and creator of Wolf Self-Care Products. Happy Mag Facts Monday. Today we're going to be discussing cholesterol and hypertension in regards to magnesium. And hopefully I don't run out of space so I have to slice this up again. But okay, high cholesterol and high blood pressure are two conditions that plague Americans in epidemic proportions. And they appear to be initial symptoms that lead to chronic heart problems. But surprisingly, the real story behind both conditions could be a lack of magnesium. Most of our cholesterol, 85%, is made in the body, the liver. To be exact, the rest comes from our diet. There are several types of cholesterol with different functions. Some label these as good, some bad. High density lipoprotein (HDL) is generally considered to be beneficial to the body. It helps remove cholesterol from blood vessel walls and the blood itself, bringing the liver processing and excretion. Low density lipoprotein is harmful to the body because it carries cholesterol into the bloodstream, promoting the buildup of cholesterol plaque on the arterial walls. Very low density lipoprotein (VLDLs) are made into LDLs and therefore are harmful. Alright, all these cholesterols are normally found in the body. What is not normal is high amounts of oxidized cholesterol that we eat in processed foods, fast foods, and fried foods. And today, in addition, chlorine, fluoride in water, pesticides, and other environmental pollutants can oxidize cholesterol in the body. It is oxidized cholesterol that researchers are concerned about when it comes to heart disease. What is most interesting about oxidized cholesterol is that it means cholesterol is an antioxidant. Cholesterol is sweeping up toxins in the body, trying to eliminate them, and the process becomes oxidized. So cholesterol is not the problem. Toxicity from chlorine, fluoride, pesticides, and other environmental pollutants are the real problem. Very elusive antioxidants such as magnesium, vitamin E, A, and C can lower oxidized cholesterol levels because they deal with toxins that overload the body and spill into the cholesterol pool. Magnesium is likely the most powerful antioxidant in the body, and therefore there is compelling evidence that magnesium therapy reduces cholesterol levels. Another important mineral in the cholesterol story is copper. Copper deficiency contributes to the elevated cholesterol. There are no visible physical signs of high cholesterol beyond the associated signs of bad diet, sedentary lifestyle, smoking, alcohol intake, and stress. You have to find it on a blood test. A poor diet with high intake of saturated, polyunsaturated fats, hydrogenated oils, fried foods, meat, sugar, coffee, and alcohol will elevate cholesterol levels, especially when a person lacks fiber from whole grains and vegetables. All right. Epidemiologists and dental anthropologists proved long ago that various world cultures that ate high cholesterol diets for thousands of years, meat, lard, cream, butter, cheese, and eggs, suffered very little, if any, heart disease. Okay, so before that, it was saying that many of us have been conditioned to believe that elevated cholesterol is only the cause of heart disease. That is why marketers have been so successful in getting us to replace saturated fats such as butter with hydrogenated vegetable oils. Fast forward. Some scientists say that the rise of heart attacks and heart disease in general can be traced back to the late 1930s when hydrogenated oils were first introduced. Let's follow these facts into the bakery. A major disadvantage of low-fat products is that they often contain extra sugar in order to capture these taste buds. Even worse, aspartame, a synthetic sweetener, which I've talked about before. The daunting list of side effects is named. Okay, so avoid aspartame. Okay. So what does cholesterol do? Not just adults, but every school child has been conditioned to believe that cholesterol is a bad guy in heart disease. But did you know without cholesterol, we wouldn't be able to have sex, procreate, and we would become extinct? That's because sex hormones and stress hormones are made from cholesterol. It's necessary to create cell membrane and coat nerves with protective fatty insulation that makes about 60 to 80% of brain tissue. Cholesterol is essential for proper food digestion and absorption because it creates bile salts. Moreover, if you didn't have cholesterol, your bones would turn to mush because you wouldn't be able to make vitamin D from sunlight and wouldn't be able to absorb calcium. Our body thinks that cholesterol is so important that the liver makes about 1,000 milligrams of cholesterol a day. If we try to lower cholesterol too much with drugs, the liver merely gears up production. Okay, so it talks about magnesium being a natural statin when I believe a statin is a statin lowers cholesterol. Okay. If there's not enough magnesium to limit the activity of the cholesterol converting enzyme, we are bound to make more cholesterol than needed, and that enzyme is HMG-CoA reductase. Okay. Magnesium is necessary for the activity of an enzyme that lowers the LDL, the bad cholesterol. It also lowers triglycerides and raises the good cholesterol, HDL. Another magnesium-dependent enzyme converts omega-3 and omega-6 essential fatty acids into prostaglandins, which are necessary for heart and overall health. Coronary calcium scan. Drug industry papers say that statins lower cholesterol, but independent studies say that they do not prolong life. Excess calcium deposited in arteries means a relative lack of magnesium, and magnesium is a treatment for calcium buildup in the body. Of course, we've been saying it over and over. All right, magnesium hypohomocysteemia. Um, okay. The cause of damage to the inner lining of arteries include high homocysteine, chlamydia infection, distorted blood flow, and fat causes free radicals, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and lack of oxygen. Damage tissue. Russian researchers showed that oxidized cholesterol causes blocked arteries. It said, I'm learning from that message that oxidized cholesterol might be a problem. Everyone assumed all cholesterol was bad. Mm. Um, okay, they found that increased levels will be reversed for certain nutrients like drugs. Homocysteine is a normal byproduct of protein digestion. If you don't have a specific nutrient cofactor, magnesium and B vitamins to digest protein optimally, homocysteine can build up. Mm. That's why a high protein diet requires more magnesium. Okay, hold on. Okay, when homocysteine is elevated in the cells, it depletes cellular magnesium because magnesium is required to break it down. That's why a high protein diet requires more magnesium in order to metabolize extra homocysteine that is produced. 20 to 40% of general population have high homocysteine levels in blood called hyperhomocystinemia. Individuals with high levels have almost 4 times the risk of suffering heart attack compared to people with normal levels. Mm. Homocysteine metabolisms are magnesium dependent. Too much protein in the diet for hyperhomocystinemia. Okay, no, they're talking about blaming it over magnesium, vitamin B6, 12, and folate. When they're deficient, the body's not able to properly digest dietary protein. That's a good fact. All right. B6, B12, and folate together with magnesium are necessary to prevent blood vessel damage induced by high levels of homocysteine in the blood. Okay. Hypertension. Hypertension is an elevated blood pressure suffered by 50 million Americans. Mm, okay. Magnesium treats hypertension. Okay. Diuretics and dehydration. Diuretics are the first drugs of allopathic medicine providers that allopathic medical providers resort to in order to treat high blood pressure. These drugs, in combination with salt restriction, help flush the fluids from the body according to the theory that there is less salt, that if there is less salt and water in your bloodstream, then there is less pressure on your blood vessels. Um, okay, it says dehydration causes high blood pressure. In the book, Many Crops of Water, when your body is even slightly dehydrated, it attempts to hold on to water or hold on to whatever water it can, restricting blood vessels throughout the body. You sweat less, you lose less moisture when you breathe. But constricted blood vessels means increased blood pressure. Dehydration is very common. Most people don't drink enough water anyway, so why squeeze it out with a diuretic? When patients are prescribed diuretics, they are warned that possible. The most common side effect is a deficiency of potassium, which spills out in urine. To prevent it, they advise to eat bananas and oranges or take potassium pills. What they are not told is magnesium is drained out along with potassium. Recall that magnesium deficiency leads to blood vessels that are less relaxed and more susceptible to spasms, tension, precursor to hypertension. Okay. Edema, which is retention of water. Oh, no. Edema and magnesium deficiency. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that is retention of water, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, edema is swelling, yes. Alright, talking about a person reducing their edema with magnesium. I could give the sauce of what they're saying, but you could just read the book. I'm not going to go into depth about reading all the numbers out and shit. Okay. When you have a proper amount of minerals in the cell automatically pulls in water to create perfect electrolyte balance on the cell to function properly. Effectively, if you don't take enough minerals, water can't find its way into your cells and begin to collect in extracellular tissue, especially the feet, legs, and hands. You can develop sausages, fingers, and swollen ankles. If you have edema and symptoms of heart disease such as chest pain and irregular pulse, your doctor may diagnose you with heart failure. It's probably that they are so aggressive with treating edema with diuretics, but if you only review basic fluid dynamics and cellular function, they might learn the truth. I probably missed something right above, but once again, grab the book, read it. Diuretics throughout the brain. Okay. But yeah, that's really all I have for this topic. Magnesium does help with bad cholesterol, high blood pressure. Boom. Thanks for watching. Happy Math Facts Monday. You know to shop for the best supplements. www.wlfcre.com. Keep it on me. Thanks for watching. Shop with me. I'll take care of you. Peace.